What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 5 Sleeper Picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to give you some of my top DFS sleeper picks for NFL Week 5.
Super low priced and low ownership players that could crush value this week and give your lineup an advantage over the field. These are risky plays meant for large tournaments only. Don't go all in on any of these guys. They are high risk, high reward picks. And if you stay to the very end after all my picks and after I show you the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll give you my super secret sleeper pick that no one's talking about.
Okay guys, DraftKings and FanDuel Week 5 quarterbacks. A nice low-owned tournament play at the quarterback position is Teddy Bridgewater from the New Orleans Saints playing the Tampa Bay Bucks, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater is only averaging 10.3 fantasy points per game on the season, but he did score 16 fantasy points a couple games ago, and he's got a great matchup here versus a weak Tampa Bay defense. He's got Michael Thomas, he's got Alvin Kamara, he's got the weapons, and I think he finally puts a good fantasy game together here in Week 5. He's only projected to be 3% owned, so super low ownership, and he's only $5,200 DraftKings salary and $2,000 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 46 points scored in this game, so it's a high-scoring game, a close game. They got the Saints favored by 3. This is a home game, so I like Teddy Bridgewater as a nice sleeper pick, as a quarterback sleeper pick here in Week 5.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, FanDuel and DraftKings Week 5 running back position. Let's find a low-owned tournament play with some upside here in Week 5. So I like Carlos Hyde from the Houston Texans playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. Carlos Hyde has scored 9.2 fantasy points per game on the season. He's getting an average of 13 rush attempts per game. He got 5 pass targets last game, 12 rush attempts, so that was 17 touches. And he's only going to be 3% owned. He's on the field for 49% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 45% of that time. So he's getting the ball when he's on the field. He's projected at 10.9 fantasy points here in Week 5. He's only $4,300 DraftKings salary and $1,300 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 50 points scored in this game, with the Houston Texans favored by 4. This is a home game, so I like Carlos Hyde as a low-owned running back with some upside here in Week 5. Okay, DFS Week 5 wide receiver position. I'm going to give you a nice sleeper pick here at the wide receiver position. I like Deontay Johnson from the Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Baltimore Ravens, who have the 7th worst defense overall, and they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Deontay Johnson has averaged 10.4 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 15 and 19 fantasy points in the last 2 weeks off of 6 targets in both of those games. He's only going to be 1% owned. He's on the field for 55% of the snaps, touching the ball 17% of that time. He's projected at 10.4 fantasy points here in Week 5. This is a home game and a nice matchup versus a soft Baltimore Ravens defense. So I like Deontay Johnson here versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, MLB is still going, NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks.
Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving on to the tight end position. I think a nice sleeper pick here at the tight end position is Noah Fant from the Denver Broncos playing the LA Chargers, who've got a good defense overall, but they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Noah Fant has averaged 7.1 fantasy points per game on the season. He's getting about 4 targets a game, and he's only going to be 2% owned. He's on the field for 70% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 8% of the time. So he's got room to grow, and he's projected at about 7 fantasy points here in week 5. He's only $2,800 DraftKings salary and $2,100 more on FanDuel. So I love that DraftKings price. This is a dart throw play, but Noah Fant has the talent, and he's got a nice positional matchup this week. So I like Noah Fant here versus the LA Chargers.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
My super secret sleeper pick for week 5 is a player at the tight end position. I like Dawson Knox from the Buffalo Bills playing the Tennessee Titans, who have a pretty good defense overall, but they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Dawson Knox is averaging 7.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting about 3 to 4 targets per game, and he's only going to be 3% owned. He's on the field for 58% of the snaps, touching the ball 8% of that time. He's projected at 7.2 fantasy points here in week 5, and he's only $3,100 DraftKings salary, $1,700 more on FanDuel. So if you're looking for a punt play at the tight end position, take a look at Noah Fant and Dawson Knox, both low salary pivot plays if you want to get away from the high ownership of guys like Austin Hooper, Tyler Eifert, Darren Waller, Evan Ingram. You're going to need a touchdown from Dawson Knox or Noah Fant, so they're true sleeper picks. Don't load up on these guys. Sprinkle them in if you're feeling risky.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.